Paranormal Activity 4 is a ghost horror movie sequel. Yes, and finally the sequel to 1, but the sequel to the end of 2, even though 2 is a prequel. The end of 2 obviously takes place after the end of 1. Very confusing timeline, not really. But yes, so it's the future. I think Paranormal 1 and 2 happened in 2006, and this movie takes place during 2011, so 5 years later. And it's this family, and they get these new neighbors. And yeah, just a creepy boy. And they don't know who the mom is. Police come one day, take the mom away. And yeah, the little creepy boy stays with his family. And just all chaos pursues. Definitely is this the little boy that comes up missing at the end of 2? Yeah, so it's just all these questions, the classic through the computer camera lens, and this one it's the found footage shenanigans like always. That's just what these movies are. And yeah, I mean, it's the same old, just jump scares and this demon Toby Maguire just trying to do his demon stuff and spook people and murder. And yeah, like I said, it's just the same old algorithm. But man, I don't want to get into much of it until we get into the review. So I'll talk about spoilers and stuff in the review, which I'll just do now because that's basically the movie without too much. Like I said, it's the same old. So Paranormal Activity 4, my review. And so this one for me was kind of a letdown, as these movies, like, on the surface, right, they're these horror movies that are meant to be like spooky jump scare movies, and the first one is like ghosts are real, and then it's just kind of evolved into just like jump scares, and they're like scary movies. But for me, somebody who lives, breathes, eats horror movies, the thing that I found insanely good about this franchise was this kind of crazy story that they were telling, and how they were telling it, and how you kind of had to just pick up on certain dialogue to like connect the dots and all that. And it was just a crazy story and had all these theories and stuff. And just this one, it didn't expand on it. The only thing it really like concluded was just to let you know what happens to the sister that kidnaps the baby, and really nothing comes from it. It was just kind of a sad conclusion, because I'm pretty sure the 5th one is its own story. It doesn't well, don't quote me on that because I ain't watched it, but it's not number 5. It's called something else. I don't even know what it's called. Like, I've never seen past 3. Yeah, so I was just kind of disappointed with that. That was definitely sad. Now, huge spoiler though, is the whole movie, I thought that creepy little boy was Hunter. And then it turns out the regular family's son was adopted, and that was actually Hunter, which leads me to like beg the question, who was this other creepy little boy that wasn't Hunter? Who was he? Oh man, it honestly just added more questions. I'm gonna watch the next one, and maybe there is some answers. I don't know if they're all connected, or if just 1, 2, 3, and 4 was just a story, and then the others are just their own little thing and started a new story. I don't know, right? I ain't watched them, so we'll find out. But yeah, like I said, it's the same old, same old. The acting was pretty good because these movies need good actors and stuff. Directing good. It needs to be directed well and acted well to kind of portray it being real, and because that's found footage, like that's what it's meant to do. But just highly disappointed with them not really adding anything to it, and just the conclusion was kind of just shit, because literally at the end you don't even see what happens to the young girl, the girl that went across the street to get her dad in the house, and it's just like this army of possessed people or something. I don't know, just more questions just than answered, you know. So whatever. And with all that, my recommendation for Paranormal Activity 4 is I would kind of recommend this one. The only reason the other ones were really being recommended was because of the story for me, because just these jump scare movies don't really do it for me. Maybe a couple jump scares out of all the movies caught me off guard, but besides that, they're pretty obvious. Yeah, so maybe it's scary for other people and that's why I'm recommending them. But with this one, it wasn't nothing too crazy, and just the conclusion to the whole story that I was invested in didn't wrap up the way I wanted. But yeah, whatever. I can say one thing that I forgot to do in my review was they were using the Xbox Kinect in this movie, which was kind of original and creative. Have to give it to them. Like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's just, it was underwhelming for what I wanted, so I'm kind of being biased on this. But honestly, the Paranormal Activity 1 through 4 was just an entertaining watch. And I guarantee if you watch this shit at night by yourself and you had never seen them, and yeah, they would get you. But I'd seen 1 through 3 already, so yeah, kind of recommended.